Here's what they think about you. 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 Here's what they think about you.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Here's what they think about you.
So,
here's what they think about you.
After a long-awaited amount of time, ladies and gentlemen, history is being made today. Detox has finally dropped, and Tupac is back. It's like,
got him! Got him!
But
guess who's back?
A lot of things have happened. So today is a very special day. It's the Hategang, Hateration special, Niggas with Attitude, Niggas with Hate edition. I am the Imam of Funk, also known as Mr. Skilov, aka the Doja Loke, known as Skilo V. Skilo V with my mains.
MJ, 23 reasons to hate your bitch ass.
So,
and guess who's back?
It's been a little while.
All I gotta say is, Caitlyn Jenner, you lucky.
Woo.
Bill Cosby, you lucky.
Woo.
That bitch who said she was black, you lucky.
Rachel Dolezal.
But I forgot whatever else happened before the last episode.
There's a lot of
all y'all lucky too. But
today we got things to talk about. Because randomly, Andre Young, known to most as the headphone nigga, but to me, he is known as Dr. Dre.
Dre.
He's known as the one responsible for everything, actually, from the West Coast. DJ Quick may say otherwise, but Dr. Dre is the one who's caught lightning in the bottle the most amount of times.
Mr. G-Funk.
The N.W.A. movie came out yesterday,
which is Friday, August 14th,
2015. And Hategang made an event out of it. Had some alcohol.
Well, almost everybody. Some people had daddy daycare, but we won't speak on that.
Shout out to King nigga. But we went and saw the N.W.A. movie. And
first thing I like to say, shout out to the unappreciative ass people complaining that 11:30 he couldn't bring drinks into the movie theater where we stay at. We don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
Of having drinks at all.
But I understand why they had to do it, because the people who came in angry were the same people who they did not wanting drinking alcohol. Yep. You know, the big, fat, sloppy body bitches with dumbass piercings on places that don't need piercings.
Niggas with attitude, literally.
Yeah. Where's Don Imus? Because we need a nappy-headed hose right here.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.
But I digress. We saw the N.W.A. movie. For those of you who don't know, N.W.A. is a rap group from the mid to late 80s, fully falling apart around 91 when the Soviet Union fell. And this rap group consists of Dr. Dre, aka Andre Young, as producer and rapper, O'Shea Jackson, aka Ice Cube, as main writer, Eric Eazy-E Wright as frontman rapper
slash drug dealer, Lorenzo Patterson.
See what happens? Lorenzo Patterson. I think that's his last name. I may be wrong on the last name, but Lorenzo, aka MC Ren, and DJ Yella, who was drums and cuts towards the end. You wouldn't know what his role is in the group by watching the movie, because they never explain to you what MC Ren and DJ Yella are to the group. But I digress.
Well,
we will get to that when we get to it. But Mike,
talk about the positives. You want to talk about the positives first?
Yeah, I guess we go to the positives first.
So it was a good movie overall. The acting was on point. I would give it to them, especially for a lot of first-time actors, most would say.
The dude who played Dre did an exceptional job of Dr. Dre. You know, you can't really go for a movie for somebody to look exactly like their character, but he portrayed Dr. Dre.
He did.
As an actor, he portrayed Dr. Dre. And it wasn't just the mannerisms, it was more so
the whole attitude.
The intonation and everything. It was very good. He did a very good job of that. I was very pleased with the dude's name. I'm sorry I can't think of your name, cuz, but...
They said he's from the DMV too.
Really?
Yep.
Next, we have the dude who played Eazy-E. They put a nice curl wig on him.
He did a good job.
He actually did a pretty good job playing Eazy-E. Eazy-E was like a clownish kind of guy, and they conveyed that well. The mix between being a clownish kind of guy, gangster turned actual rapper. They did a real good job of that.
Yeah, they didn't put his son, but
Lil Easy is too swole to do anything but be Lil Easy.
He's like Kevin Hart's uncle.
Yeah.
Peel your muscle, cat, black, blue.
Uncle Richard Jr.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
Next, we have O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, who played Ice Cube, who, goddamn, did a good job playing his father.
He had no choice but to.
His father was sitting on sets, and that's not how I did that. Say it like you mean it. But he did a but in all seriousness, he did a very good job playing Ice Cube. That motherfucker looks like his father. That was very good. But you could tell. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get to the rest of these characters.
Side note.
Yeah.
How you think his brother feels? Or Ice Cube's other son feels?
He's probably irrelevant. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the other son. I've seen the other son. He doesn't look as much like Cube as O'Shea Jackson Jr. does. He's got the face like his father. He looks like a light-skinned Cube. But then we have the guys who played Ren and Yella. And
for Ren's 7 lines, he did great.
See, exactly. And you know, okay, let's get this out the way. It was a very good movie. I appreciate it. I appreciate it like I appreciate the Notorious movie, Notorious Big movie.
I will say this though. For everybody that didn't see the movie, this will be a spoiler alert, this whole show. So I suggest you, if you're watching this, listening to this, like it, then watch the movie, then come back and watch the rest of this.
And you should clear the history on your computer and re-like it so we can get double likes from that shit. Cause I know you nerd ass niggas know about IP addresses and shit. So handle your business, double like it so we can continue on. We'll give you a second. Hold on.
Seconds up.
So, the final two characters, Ren and Yella. Don't know who played them. And
you know what? They don't know either.
They don't know either. I don't even think the dude who played Ren knows any of Ren's music.
I don't think he had a chance to.
So I guess now, because the hate has begun, we do need to get into the negatives for the movie. Now, Vintage Trace. The thing that stands out most to me from the movie, and it was an immediate point in which I felt like the movie changed tone. I felt like...
Funny thing, we said it on our first episode of how we thought it was going to be bad because the main two people that are in charge of production are the two people that left the group.
Yeah, that was the main thing that I thought of from jump, was if you let the two people who left the group be like the main real advisors on deciding what's, I guess, canon for what has happened with the group, is you're gonna get, I guess, some discrepancies in the reality of these situations. Now, I wasn't there for these events. But you know, when you hear these stories and you hear what's going on, and this is nothing new for me, especially Mike. I've been listening to Dre and Rain and Eazy. Like, I'm not a hype beast on this. Like, I listen to Dre. I listen to Detox. If it ever came out, I've listened to every Dre thing ever. Every Ren thing ever. Every Cube thing ever. You niggas know that I am West. Okay? Not Kanye West. Not Westmoreland. I'm talking West Coast, California, throwing big dubs in the air, thumb out, index, and middle finger out, neighborhood, twist your fingers up, all that good stuff. So, the first thing I noticed, and this was the point in the movie where I was like, was about the year 92. When Dre leaves the group. Now again, spoiler alert, at this point there's no holds barred. You should have watched the movie, or you should at least know the story enough to where you're not going to get mad at us spoiling these events. So wait, hold on, quick history for N.W.A. If you don't know.
Well, I will get to the first thing. How they mention World Class Wrecking Crew with only Alonzo.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way they mention it.
Exactly.
So, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Dre is not a spring chicken to this rap shit. To this music shit, actually. For those of you that thought California lost its sound, more specifically, LA lost its sound in the late 2000s, early, the late 2007, 8, 9 with the jerk movement. No, that was LA going back to its roots. Before everybody had khaki suits in mainstream West Coast music, they had on shiny suits, shiny tight ass suits with finger wave jerry curls, and it was dance house techno music. And Dr. Dre was the main DJ in Los Angeles, part of the famous World Class Wrecking Crew. Dre, doctor. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a single that people would know from World Class Wrecking Crew.
Maybe before you turn off the lights.
Yeah, turn off the lights. That's the one. You probably don't know "Turn Off the Lights,"
Man, they
but
got Google, they got YouTube.
No, but the sample. Shoot, you probably don't even know this because you young motherfuckers, you dumb motherfuckers don't know shit like that. But Master P, the Ice Cream Man, his crossover album, meaning like from underground to mainstream in '96. Had Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Man. That sampled World Class Wrecking Crew, Turn Out the Lights. Is that Turn Out the Lights?
Yeah, before you turn off the lights.
Before you.
Yeah, that's when they first introduced Michelle too.
That's Michelle is there too. Dre's baby moms.
AKA Dre's Heavy Bag.
AKA Suge Knight's baby moms. AKA Pac was messing with her at the end, aka a big reason Death Row Records fell apart in '96. They don't talk about that in the movie. In fact, Michelle is not even mentioned in the movie, but we will get to that. Let's go back to World Class Wrecking Crew. So Dr. Dre is part of World Class Wrecking Crew in the mid '80s, early '80s with DJ Yella.
And that's why that was a big problem in the movie with DJ Yella especially. Because they made him just seem like one of the homies.
Like he was there. Like they didn't talk about his contributions to the group. But so Dre is in World Class Wrecking Crew in the mid to late 80s. Gangsta rap starts to take off. He knows Cube and Cube's boy Sir Jinx. They had CIA, which was their rap group. they decide that it's time to get on to some gangster shit. So they form N.W.A. With Eazy and Ren, who know each other from Kelly Park. They leave out the fact that before N.W.A forms N.W.A and the Posse, and that includes Dre, Eazy, Ren, Yella, Arabian Prince, DJ Speed, Laylaw, these motherfuckers. Above the Law, which is Big Hutch, Cole 187 under there. They're part of the production team at this point. But yeah, then they meet Jerry Heller. Eazy meets Jerry Heller, helps him with distribution. They did a good job with Jerry Heller, like a very good portrayal of Jerry Heller and the griminess of what the actual industry side of the music industry is, the business side of everything, and how it's not really like you want to fuck people, but it's just the nature of the beast, and you gotta watch your own back and make sure you're taken care of. But so we got N.W.A. dropped straight out of Compton in '88. Written predominantly by Ice Cube, meaning Eazy's verses and Cube's verses, and Ren has always written his own shit. Ren is dope. They don't really go into the fact that Ren is dope in this movie at all.
But the rumor is, I was telling you about this earlier, that the real MC Ren originally didn't want to be a part of the production of the movie, so that might have something to do with it. I'm not sure if it's true.
Well, I mean, I've read into that too. In fact, he tripped out and was on Twitter going in because the original trailer for the movie, they don't even talk about Ren. They really make this movie about Dre and
featuring
Cube.
Ice Cube and Eazy.
Yeah, and it's really the Eazy part. You can't not talk about Eazy because Eazy was the front man. But the movie, they really center it around the come up and the struggle that Dre and Cube had to go through with being part of the group. And they portray that well, and that struggle is there. It's cool. It's the shows, they like recreate venues and everything that they went to, famous stuff. They even had that big ass party that you can actually go watch video of the party, the big Wet and Wild pool party they had at Eazy's house and Cube's house. Eazy, not Cube's house. I think it was either Eazy's house or Dre's house, something like that. But that was on the N.W.A VHS tape. But anyway, it's good. It's good up to the point where Dre and Cube have both left the group around 91 after for Zaggin', Niggas for Life, the second N.W.A album. After that shit drops, the group fully breaks up. And Ren and Yella stay under Ruthless. But the movie makes it seem like when Dre and Cube have both left the group, Eazy gets in his 6-tray Impala and just rides down the road crying for 2 years. Like literally crying for 2 years. That's what they do in the movie. And they just make it seem like Dre has come up with this new G-Funk sound. It's going to take the world by storm. And this is the big shit that irked me about the movie, Mike, is that they do not acknowledge the fact that Eazy-E went in on Death Row and Snoop
Real
and Dre.
motherfucking G's.
They don't even talk about that. And that killed Dre Day, in my opinion. Like that, Eazy was like, nah, you ain't gonna talk about me. Y'all can talk about 2 Live Crew in Miami and Uncle Luke and all that stuff, but you ain't gonna talk about Eazy because, first of all, they should have said because Dre Day only meant Eazy's payday. I'm gonna let y'all Google that and what that means, but they don't even acknowledge that. Fuck it. It's the end. Dre's not coming out with another album. I'm gonna explain it to you. Suge goes and gets Eazy to let Dre and them out of the contracts, but he's still signed as exclusive producer and artist. So for the Chronic, until Eazy's death, and probably a couple of years after Eazy's death, Eazy was collecting revenue off of the Chronic because Dre was still signed to Ruthless Records. So regardless of what Dre says on any song about Eazy-E, Dre Day still only meant Eazy's payday. So they don't acknowledge that. They don't talk about It's on Dr. Dre Kill 'Em 187 album. They don't talk about Straight Off the Streets of Compton Part 1 and 2, the double disc album. They don't even mention BG Knockout and Gangsta Drayster. They don't even talk about them. But it's an N.W.A. movie, so I guess they're not going to go into that because, I was missing my Dog Pound versus them on the golf course. And Nate Dogg, R.I.P. Nate Dogg. Golf club. People thinking Nate Dogg is sweet. Nah, not Mr. Nate. But yeah, from there it was.
Yeah, it's like after 92, that's when things got all over the place.
They jumped around with the Pac stuff.
Yeah, the Pac scene was real random.
Yeah, I've actually seen a picture of the dude who played Pac. Like, if you don't put all the dumb costume shit on him, bandanas and stuff, and try to make him look like Pac, he actually does favor Pac in the face.
Yeah.
But they were trying too hard, and
the way he acted, like.
Yeah.
Nah.
And the fact that they jumped from 1993 to like June 96 and then jumped 94. Yeah, they were all over the place with that, trying to explain in Dre's last days with Death Row. Mr. Suge Knight, I can see why you're angry about your portrayal, but you can't really be angry because all those actions are things you were notorious for. But I can see why you would be mad.
Niggas dog fighting in the studios.
Yeah, man, they had shit. Man, Suge Knight, man. Suge's always been that dude, man. But they touch on Eazy dying, and they kind of make it seem like they were closer than they all were at the end. Like they were really about to really do this N.W.A. album to make you think kind of what if. And really though, what if that would have been cool if that's not how it happened. They weren't close like that at the end. They had all talked and were working on better terms, but they made it seem like Eazy, Dre, and Cube they were like a day away from sitting down and going to the studio. No. And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
Doing movies.
Ice-T and
Dre was trying to get over the Aftermath presents.
Yeah, man. And Death Row was still going at Eazy because Eazy had that radio show in LA, and they used to call in and talk all types of shit. But Death Row was really about that, like that drama shit coming out of LA in the 90s. Yeah, then at the end, then they talk about what everybody was doing up to this point. And again, MC Ren had 7 lines. Yella had 5 lines.
5 lines and 2 hoes.
Yeah, man. But then they recap. They recap what everybody did up to this point. Talk about Yella not doing anything. They don't even mention my man Yella directing all his pornos and shit. They don't mention all of that. They don't mention Ren's albums. Ren was actually relevant until like 2000, man. I liked Ren's first album, his Kiss My Black Ass. I like that. But my
one thing in the movie, like however many times they played Fuck the Police, how they only played Cube's verse.
Yeah.
Well, Ren had the hardest verse on that song.
And Ren was the hardest one in the group. Like, Cube was a better rapper because he was a poet who could spit hard shit. But Ren just was Ren, man. For those of you who don't know, you need to go get Ren's first solo album. Just the first one, because the 90s, the G-Funk sound of the 90s with that mellow West Coast shit didn't fit Ren, who had like a harder flow, like a Public Enemy style shit. So like that early 90s boom bap over sample shit favored him really well. So his Kiss My Black Ass EP album, that shit was hard. You should go listen to it. I think people would enjoy it. You can get a good taste of Ren. And the Niggas for Life album, he's favored on that album because Cube is gone, and he is very good on that shit.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? Because police always want to harass me. Every time that I'm rolling, they swear up and down that the car is stolen. Make it get face down in the street and throw the shit out my car on the concrete in front of a residence. A million white motherfuckers on my back like I shot the president.
You heard.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me?
Man, nigga. But yeah, man, Ren. Always fuck with Ren. Villain in Black. But the end of the movie is really just them saying what everyone's done. They talk about Dre being a fucking billionaire now, and Cube doing all them damn movies, getting movie money, and Eazy-E.
They don't mention anything about the rest.
Nobody else really came up like that. You know, the ones who stayed on Ruthless stayed on Ruthless, and once Eazy died, Tamika took the label, and anybody not named Bone Thugs Harmony didn't really get anything outside of that random Silky Fine song that everybody knows.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly. Anyway, so yeah, but to accompany that, Dr. Dre randomly announced an album. I was like, I thought Detox was coming. I was ready for it. Spoiler alert, Mike, we got these ceremonial shout out to Jack Daniels and his honey joints. Shout out, we're gonna take a shot right now to the good doctor. Coming out and saying he was gonna have something for us, like a full album. True. 15 plus years. How'd you feel when they said Dre was coming out with an album?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
I didn't believe it at first, to be honest. Because how many times have you said that since 2002?
Watch out for Detox.
2003. Detox coming. 2004. I'm working on it. 2005. I got it. 2006. Don't worry about it. 2007. Huh? Can't hear you through my headphones.
2008. Here's a song. Oh, I had an accident in my Ferrari and I was in a coma. That's why this album didn't come out. I need a doctor. Oh, okay, Dre, I get it. So now you're out of the coma with 50 Cent's Body. I see. 50 Cent's Body from like 03 though.
2009. You should listen to the shit in my headphones, my old shit, cause my new shit coming soon, but I don't know when.
Detox anniversary headphones. It's coming. Do you remember when Jimmy Iovine and him came out like 2 years ago and they were like, oh yeah, Detox is like 2 months away.
And shout out to Jimmy Iovine for playing Jimmy Iovine in the movie.
Yeah, wearing the same hat and same jacket he wears everywhere, man. But man, shout out to Jimmy Iovine. That nigga is God to a rapper, man. If you can get Jimmy Iovine to invest in you, that means you are doing something. So shout out to B.O.B. and anybody signed to Interscope. Dre. Me personally, I didn't believe it either, man. When he said that it was not Detox, it was an album that he felt inspired to do because of this movie, I was like, okay.
That's why I thought it was a movie soundtrack at first.
But that's what it is. It says Compton, a soundtrack by Dr. Dre. So.
But it has nothing to do with the movie.
Right, but it's like inspired. It's, I don't know.
It's the application. That's all it is.
Mike.
Apple cashed in.
Is it time?
Yup.
Is it time?
Yes, sir.
So, this is a disclaimer. The hate is about to begin. If you are not ready to deal with strong opinions, I suggest you hit the X in the top right corner of your screen. Go in to the nearest place with multiple means, suck a dick, and die slow. Damn! Because right now, you are entering the hate zone. Hate.
And the last thing you should do, go to the nearest mirror and kill the first person you see.
So, this album, yeah. I'm the biggest Dre fan ever.
How, Sway?
Okay? I even acknowledge the Aftermath album that Dre and everybody else want to pretend like it ain't happened.
Because they sure did in the movie.
I personally liked Been There, Done That. I liked East Coast Killer, West Coast Killer. I liked Group Therapy. Nas was part of it. I liked the Firm album. I liked the sound that him and Mailman had in the late 90s before they got to the Chronic sound. I liked where they were going with that. So,
even like that purple cover.
I just wish people would acknowledge it. Now, I'm going to admit that I'm jaded. Okay? I'm jaded. 15 years. Mike, have I hyped Detox to you before?
Absolutely.
Yes. Anybody who knows me knows that I run around talking about, man, Detox is coming. Then people make fun of me for that. Okay? So I was extremely hyped waiting for this. An album from Dre. He said it's not Detox because he couldn't figure out what to do for Detox to live up to the hype. Let's be real. You let it go too long, nothing you can do is going to live up to anything. Nothing you can do is going to live up to the hype and the lore that you created around your third project. Alleged third legendary project. Because,
10 years too late.
Man, I'm saying. You could have done it when Game came out, and you could have had G-Unit Game. Like, that could have been the crew. You could have had the old crew and anything. I'm gonna say what I think you could have done with this one now to make Detox, but we're gonna save that for a second later. But I admit I was looking for nostalgia, you know? I was looking for nostalgia, but I'm gonna put that aside. I'm gonna put this nostalgia over there in this box with the other things. The nostalgia is in the box with The Chronic, with 2001, with Dog Food. What else we put in the nostalgia box over here? Necessary Roughness. That's the Lady of Rage album. Putting that in the nostalgia box.
Doggy Style.
Doggy Style. Oh, that's definitely in there. That's the Chronic sound perfected, sir. Nostalgia box. Pump is hard. What else goes in the nostalgia box? Everything from the 90s from Death Row. We gonna put Death Row in the nostalgia box. Now that's what I wanted.
Even early Aftermath.
Early Aftermath. 2001, we're gonna put that. So we're putting 2001 in the nostalgia box. We're putting Marshall Mathers LP. We're putting Exhibits, the Exhibit albums. They came out during that time. Man vs. Machine. I think Restless or Relentless or something came out around that time. Anybody's album.
Even Hitman singles.
Can we have a moment of silence for the man from Bronson known as Hitman?
Yes, these are the last days of my life. Brian Bailey and all. Before I'm out, I want all y'all to say that nigga Hitman's tight.
That nigga was dope. To this day, that nigga is doper than Kendrick Lamar. You need to go listen to Hitmanic Verses. Go to YouTube, it's on there. And listen to the stuff that Hitman left after sitting on the shelf with Aftermath and never getting his album. You need to go listen to all those Hitman songs because he's got some dope shit.
But even though we're on Aftermath right now, but since you mentioned Hitman, should we have one more moment of silence for Sam Snead?
Once again, it's the man with the master plan. They call him Sam, and I think you better recognize
J Flex, I give you shouts out too because you were writing for Dre during that time. First of all, he only got 1 mention, 2 mentions because they showed when he had the accident. But the man behind everything, and the reason that the Compton album is not what it should be is because this man does not have a fingerprint on it. Yes.
DOC.
The DOC.
No one can do it better.
No one can do it better. Who told Dre to do The Chronic? Who was there writing with Dre, for Dre, helping Snoop out, formulate songs? Nothing but a G thing. That's Tracy. That's the diggy doctor, okay?
Mr. Helter Skelter.
Thank you, Mr. Lord of Lords, King of Kings. The man behind 2001. Who said, Dre, you need to get back in this booth. You need to finish and do another album, continue your legacy. That's the DOC. Those are the 2 albums y'all remember. Who wasn't present on the Aftermath album? The DOC. Who wasn't present for this Compton album? The DOC. Enough said about that.
Diggy doc, yo.
But the world doesn't. Again,
that's why we're here, to let y'all motherfuckers know.
This ain't pure hate. This is education as well. But first
education, good.
The Compton album is great. Okay, it's great because it sounds good. It's Apple and it's Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is the Quincy Jones of rap. And that's disrespectful to Dre because we're comparing him to someone else as if Quincy Jones is better than Dr. Dre. But Dr. Dre is the leader of a genre, and he knows how our ears should hear things, and he does it very well. Where the fuck was I going with that? Shouts out. Can we have a motherfucking moment of silence for this small chronic break? But yeah, the Compton album is good. It sounds good, but it's supposed to sound good. There's all the money behind it. All the money behind it.
Come on, one song you had premiering Dre. How is it not gonna sound good?
But it's not. It wasn't thought out. The Chronic was perfect because it sounded like a cohesive project. It sounded like the synergy of a group of people sitting together, coming together to create a singular project. 2001 was the same thing. Them trying to recreate that energy from the Chronic, and it worked. But this, I didn't feel that.
Yeah, it just felt like everybody just came in on their own time, just did their verses, called it a day.
They made songs.
Got some headphones as a compliment.
They picked the best songs and they used them. Shouts out to JCR Taylor, because it wasn't until I really got to his song on my first listen through that I was like, alright. But that's because that's who I would expect to be on the album. I expect Dre to be on his album, but I don't expect all of his verses to sound like Eminem or Kendrick Lamar, who also sounds like Eminem because he's influenced by him. And if you don't want to believe that, you can suck the underside of my light-skinned dick.
Pause.
John Connor, I like John Connor. It's cool. Dre always focuses
For the
on
Love
people.
of Money flip. One of my favorite songs on that album. In fact, the second half of the album is a lot stronger than the first half.
Exactly, and that is they do that on purpose. It's the flow of the album, and that's the good thing you get from Dre is you get a cohesive project where it's going to flow, it's going to goo, it's a ride. But even Snoop's verse, I had to run that song back. The One Shot, One Kill. I had to run it back because I was like, Snoop, really?
Yeah.
So either Kendrick or Eminem wrote that verse for Snoop. I get it. And ghostwriting has always been a factor in hip hop, and these young cats. It's funny how all of this is coming out right now. Like this movie is coming out right now, and like a trendy topic in rap right now is Drake, Meek Mill's whole thing with the Quentin Miller ghostwriting situation.
I'm still surprised most of y'all know what a ghostwriter is.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing new. 50 was ghostwriting for Puffy and ghostwriting for a lot of people before he blew up. Game as well ghostwrites. A lot of rappers ghostwrite. I mean, I remember the first big one I heard about and like kind of took me aback was Rakim writing Summertime for Will Smith. When that came out, that was pretty cool. Like that was crazy hearing that. But it really only affects you if you try to claim prowess as the number one dude. But you can't be a top dude and be respected and not write your own shit. At least to me. And that's coming from rapper to rapper. That's just how it is. And first of all, Eazy, Dre, these dudes never claimed to be like the dopest rappers. And I mean, Eazy said Ice Cube writes the rhymes. I'm saying like that was in a rap. So
look up that song 8 Ball.
Don't use that as beef and ammo for your Quentin Miller, Meek Mill stuff because you look stupid. And this shit is old. Like, we've been knowing this. But y'all act like No Vaseline came out last weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and download that on iTunes.
Ice Cube is just getting checks for No Vaseline on iTunes. Confused as shit. Like, what the fuck? Y'all about to make this album go platinum. Y'all about to make, like, what is that? Kill It Will or Death Certificate or
America's Most Wanted.
Oh, it's on America's Most Wanted. Y'all gonna make that shit go like platinum if it already hasn't behind some bullshit like that. But the Compton album sounded good, but I hold Dr. Dre to a higher standard. So just being good is not going to be good enough for me. Of course it's gonna be good. It's Dre. But Dre was supposed to put the exclamation point on the end of his career, not a period.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm not just gonna be thankful that I got something, because I expect more. I mean, I know I said I was gonna go into like how Detox could have been created at this point and been a perfect album that everyone would have been happy with, but fuck it. That's my idea, and I'll get to a place where I can do it, and I'll put it out and call it Ski Tops. But they touched on beef and that shit too, with like Cube going back and forth, no Vaseline, and 100 miles and running, and all that stuff.
This goes out to Benedict Arnold.
But beef's big shit, man. Give me your top beefs. Give me 5 in no particular order, just 5. But you can't include Jay and Nas, and you can't include Biggie and Pop, or like East Coast, West Coast, that like Bad Boy, Death Row versus the World. You can't include those.
So you got Dre and Eazy.
Okay.
Which they did not mention, which we already mentioned. You got shit.
Just like any ones you enjoy. Like, it doesn't specifically have to be something like pertaining to like West Coast shit. Just
Game and 50. Well, Game and G Unit.
Game and G Unit. That was good. That was a good one.
50 and Ja, even though that was street beef before the studio.
But that was good though. That was like the last ill beef we had.
I will give it to Ja. He had one of the hardest lines, even though it was one of his last lines.
Is that the if? Yeah.
He said, your mother's a crackhead, Ken's and no sluts, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up?
But that was the end. He sealed it. He sealed it at that point. M was like, oh, okay.
That's when him and D12 wrote on him.
Yeah, that's when you involved M. Oof. That was good. All right, you got 2 more, Mike.
Beans and Jada Kiss.
That was good.
He said one more.
One more. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going with mine, and you come back with the last one. And these are just ones you enjoy, so I'm not gonna try and rename any ones you did, but ones I've enjoyed during my lifetime were the Regime, really just Yuck Mouth, and like Master P, G Unit. That's one that's kind of been like subtle shots, and Too Shorts involved in that one too, dissing back and forth with Yuck Mouth. I always enjoyed that.
Wasn't that more Drew Down though?
Drew Down was
Too Short.
No, Yuck and the Loonies winning him too on the Operation Stackola album. But Drew as well. I wonder if Drew is still in jail. But what other ones did I like? It's still, I guess, East Coast, West Coast, but I liked Dog Pound and Dog Pound and wouldn't that one be Dog Pound CNN? Cause like New York, and then like LA.
Yeah, Mobb Deep did LA.
Wasn't Capone and Noriega in that though too?
They probably were, but
it was a Mobb Deep song though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had the Infamous album, but that's really it. Sorry, Havoc and Prodigy. I do like Havoc though as a producer a lot.
Infamous was still ill though.
Infamous was hella hard. Drop a gem on them or drop a jewel on them, whatever that shit was. Going at Pac, that was pretty hard.
The I Shot Your remix. A lot of people have said that they were going at Pac.
Well, some people did. LL was going at Pac, and as was DMX. I heard DMX going over that because DMX's verse from "Get at Me, Dog." At least he used it over the "I Shot Your" beat to go at Pac. But hold on, brother. Let me finish my beats, brother. I like. So we got the Yuck Mouth Regime, Yuck Mouth from them verses. Then we got Dog Pound versus BG Knockout Gangsta Dresta. I really like Dog Pound Killer, and I really like What Would You Do. That was hard. And Eazy-E's What Would You Do with Dirty Red was hard too, off of Straight Off the Streets of motherfucking Compton. If you niggas ain't know, but you don't. Who else? I got 3 more that I like. Cam and 50 was good. I enjoyed that one.
Curtis!
I enjoyed that one.
One I forgot. LL and Cannabis.
LL and Cannabis was good. That was a real good hip hop one too, because they went back and forth and they debuted it. And LL has like been signing niggas since way back. Like that was his thing. Like he's always been taking out the top dude, and Cannabis couldn't reach them heights. Talking about third eyes and the science god and all that fucking 5%er shit. Is it 5%ers? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, God, Son, Earth. 2 more. Who else did I like?
Shout out to Bow Wow Little Romeo for that backyard.
You can't shout like me. You can't rhyme like me. Oh, man.
My daddy got more money than you.
No. Well, now my new daddy is Birdman Playboy. But who else did I like? I like J.O. Felony and Jay-Z. Although Jay-Z only acknowledged J.O. Felony's existence once, talking about I turned felonies to misdemeanors. But Snoop and Suge was good. Daz and Corrupt, when they were beefing back and forth when they broke up, was good. Man, I enjoyed.
Dick was horrible though.
Eat a dick? Yeah. No, that was bad. Corrupt killed everybody though with his shit, with calling out names, and with the one off of Against the Grain, that Death Row album that never came out. Oh, No Vaseline Part 2. That shit was stupid hard, man. Corrupt is hard. Corrupt is beyond hard.
Would you call 50 Cent's How to Rob? Would you put that in there in your list?
Yeah, man. As for like diss songs, of course. He pissed everybody off with that, and it was like good timing too, because it was at a point where he was coming up, so they had to acknowledge it. Because I mean, if you're an irrelevant person and you diss, it's like, why acknowledge you? Because it's just whatever. But 50 was out at that point, and he was like the underground dude, like the people's champ. So I mean, Wu responded.
Yep.
Jay responded. And Jay's response was hard though. To this day, that
I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent?
Yeah, man. So, but 50 is about that when it comes to taking up the top dude. I've always liked that grimy aspect. 50 is for real my last favorite rapper that I like followed the come up of. I like Game, but Game's extra bipolar, man. So I don't know. His lack of consistency has always irritated me. So it's like I never feel like I'm getting what the Game. I always feel like the Game is trying to adapt. But maybe that's what he is, the Game. So I don't know. But what do you think about the new beef nouveau? Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Meek is a bitch.
Is it your world tour or your girls tour?
Meek is still a bitch. The hype beast killed it. I try to give Drake props because I didn't expect him to do that.
Exactly. But everybody, like, they rode his dick like flies on shit behind it. The memes, they killed Meek. But part of that's Meek's fault, because he waited so long and then dropped that sorry ass Undertaker diss.
I don't wanna know.
And the fact that you're stating true shit on there, like, it's okay. The Quentin Miller shit, we know, we get it. But it's like, you gotta be more clever, man.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, though. And that's always been my problem with Meek. Because I'm not even gonna fake. I didn't like Meek before this. I did not like Meek. Amen. All that stuff. House party. House party. House party. I did not give a fuck. I didn't give 3 fucks. 1 fuck. 2 fucks. I gave no fucks. -3 fucks about Rameek, Robert, whatever this nigga's name is. Philly rappers I don't really fuck with. I'm sorry, because I get tired of the gun rah rap. I like Beans.
No love for Cassidy.
Cassidy's cool as a battle rapper, but I mean, like, song wise,
You ain't like hotels?
Yeah, but why was Hotel cool?
Because of Robert.
Thank you. Robert Kelly pissing on your bitch and talking about getting a room key. That's why we liked it. So
Taking girls off the school bus.
I don't know, man. Do you think Meek can come back from this? No. Do you think this will hurt Meek Mill's career?
No. Will it help? No.
Do you think this is just gonna continue? Nothing is gonna happen?
Nope. Not at all.
So do you think that the Maybach Music label mates will continue making songs with Drake?
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are with rap. We're in a world where you beef with somebody and then all of your friends continue working with the person that just sunned you. They don't get into it with you. And I understand you shouldn't need Rick Ross. You shouldn't need Staley. Did I pronounce that nigga's name right?
Yeah, Staley.
You shouldn't need Whale. You shouldn't need Tracy T. You shouldn't need Evil Wale to have to get involved in this beef with you and handle your work. You shouldn't need that. But they should still be involved. Your whole crew should ride, or at least boycott. But no, Rick Ross is gonna drop an album, and Drake's gonna be on a single, smiling, dancing all in the videos.
Come Death Row.
And what's good? What are you gonna do? You're gonna open up for Nicki Minaj. You gonna marry Nicki Minaj? Maybe have a baby, continue making mediocre music. You gonna get money. But you really gonna let us know that you got bodied by the singing nigga. The team. The Milli Vanilli. Yes. Drake is Milli Vanilli. Drake is Miley Cyrus. Drake is a pop star. They make songs for Drake. Drake is Criss Cross. Drake is Lil Bow Wow in 2001. Bow Wow Wow, your B.O., your B.A. He is that. They make songs for the man. We all know this. But you let that ride without putting your sword to the iron, to the flesh, and destroying this man.
Message.
I knew he was gonna come with rah-rah bullet talk. I knew that. But I thought you would at least be
Platinum rose, platinum wrist.
creative enough to handle the business. But that's not how it was. I don't know, man. It's different. We've come a long way from No Vaseline.
Yep.
It's been a long time.
Yep.
And shit like this has me talking like I'm 38 years old.
Cause these motherfuckers make us feel older than we really are.
It's not my fault that I grew up, like I literally grew up listening to all this shit. This wasn't something I started listening to. I was born in 1988. Straight Outta Compton dropped in 1988. Okay?
I feel like I was listening to it when I was in my teenage years, something like that.
This shit was in my household when I was coming up. This stuff was playing. My mother got mad at my father for me listening to Too Short as a baby, like him listening to Too Short as a baby and me learning these dumbass songs. Although the first song I ever learned was Rump Shaker by Rex in Effect. That's the first song I ever learned.
Zoom, and a boom, boom.
Just shake your rump. Digital Underground came up to that. That's why I have such a admiration for Mr. Tupac Amaru Shakur. It's because Digital Underground is such a pivotal point in this Bay Area person's life. But beef is different now, man. Like Instagram pictures and although
beef is now just a session at a high school lunch. That's all it is.
Pretty much. And I don't know.
And just the hype beast. That's what pisses me off the most.
It's the hype beast.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy shit because people dick ride it too hard. Or when I didn't like this Compton album, this dumbass motherfucker rolled up on me at Metro because I had it like when you could stream it on Apple Music, and the man said to me, because I don't like the album immediately and I'm not calling it a classic, that I am either gay or a young bitch. I was so confused. Because I know I'm older than this motherfucker. Just because he was walking with his child. The fact that he could call another grown man gay or a young bitch right there, and not feel like that would have to have me press the issue, still kind of baffles me. But it's the DMV, and it was the middle of the night. Maybe, I don't know. I had on work clothes, I had on a tie, all that shit, corporate thugging, but I digress. Kendrick.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Kendrick. They're talking about Kendrick on like the Deep Water song going at Drake.
It's a reach to me still. Even after reading about it, listening to the music.
Yeah, and I could pick the lyrics apart. I could pull that out of there. It's a reach, but why be so subtle? Why be so subliminal? That's bat shit. And Kendrick, if you're doing that, you from Compton, you ain't supposed to do that. Say his name, say his name. Just like Common told Drake, say my name. Say my name, girl.
Common definitely said his name.
So, I don't know, man. Beef is stupid now. You got me following Chicago Savage rappers' beefs more so than this other shit. Just because at least their shit is behind some shit.
At least they'll do something.
Yeah, at least it feels genuine, and it feels bad that I have to feel that's genuine because too many young brothers is dying behind Chicago shit. Dumb shit. Chicago, y'all need to chill, man. Y'all need to chill. Bye. Oh, blah. Lamb Ron, but shout out to our BDs, GDs, 7414, all that good shit. Y'all beef. Fucking the world's crazy now, shit. But yeah, man. N.W.A. movie was good. Compton album was alright. Hype Beast is on the dick of both of them. What do you give out of 5 being perfect the N.W.A. movie?
I'd give it a 4.
Okay. Now, what would you have given? What'd you give the Notorious movie?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Same thing. 4.
Okay. Same thing with me. It was very good.
The acting was pretty much for the same reason that acting was on point, but in the second half.
Right.
It's like, I'm leaving a lot of stuff out that was kind of important to the story.
But it's a movie, and we're people that just know the story because, again, we lived through it, and it was part of our experience, so it's not like just a movie to us.
And that's the problem when you have somebody dead that can't tell their side of the story.
Exactly. Alright, I would give it a 4 as well. What about the Compton album?
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
3.5.
Okay, I'll give you that. I would give it a 3 right now. Hopefully it grows on me.
Because I actually tried to enjoy it, but I just feel the same way.
It's just good. It's Dre taking what's out right now and putting his spin on it and making it sound beautiful. Taking the music now and making it sound beautiful. Whereas The Chronic and 2001, he had an innovative sound that he made sound beautiful. What was the game changer for The Chronic? Instead of just having these funk samples playing like Redman did with the Def Squad, they actually replayed them out. Beautiful. Made it sound different. What about 2001? Well, 2001 was one of the first rap albums that was fully recorded digitally. That's why it sounds so full. And that Scott Storch Mailman minimalist sound was continued and made shit sound beautiful. This new one is just
going with the times.
Going with the times and making sure Dre mixed it. It's like Dre's headphones. They sound good, but
it ain't worth all that damn money.
Yep. Bose headphones are just as good.
Probably better.
Know what I'm saying? It's just the name. That's why y'all love the album so much. I love you, Dre. Congratulations on your job with Apple. Congratulations on everything. But it's not Detox. You put a good period on the end of the career. The movie was good. But from one hater to another,
meh.
meh.
Bye, bitches.
same? Thinking about the fighting again. Thinking about tomorrow. Will it be the same? Thinking about the fighting again. Thinking about tomorrow. Will it be the same? Thinking about the fighting